2K Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the Genesis Invitational. Today's coverage is just about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this first round action. I'm Luke Elvin alongside Major Champion Rich Beam in the booth, and it's wonderful to welcome in Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm pleased to be covering this featured group. We've got a fresh rivalry developing between these two players as well, so that should provide great entertainment to the spectators this week.
Well, it looks like this player is aiming to beat Lexi Thompson, which very few people can boast. This should be an exciting showdown, Henny.
Luke, Lexi's young but has been on tour for about 30-40 years, it seems. She's been playing forever. She doesn't lack in experience. She can do it all. Not to mention, you'll be looking at her back for most of the day because she'll outdrive you.
Yes, Lexi loves the long ball, and so do we. Good luck in this rivalry, because when Lexi gets on top, it's very hard to beat her. Well, Rich, here's one of our proven performers in the FedEx Cup points race. They've been there or thereabouts for most of the season, and they go into this tournament as one of the strong favourites. It hardly seems a surprise, doesn't it?
It's never a surprise when you speak this player's name. They've been so good all year long. They've got to be one of the favorites, not only for this tournament, but also for the season-long FedEx Cup.
13-footer coming up here.
This for a birdie run.
In the end, that will be a disappointing par after such a great approach shot. Pacific Palisades in California, the site of Riviera, the third hole, par 4, elevated tee shot.
And a fairly generous fairway, a little bit more room out to the left than what players can see off the tee shot. Second shot is going to be downhill to a green that basically...
Be nice to see this one go down. Let's see if they make it. John, do you have any info down there?
Hey guys, we're checking in with Lexi Thompson as she gets set for her next shot here on the 4th.
And that makes him tied for first. So many wonderful holes at the George Thomas designed Riviera Country Club. This par 3 4th has to be one of them.
This is a spectacular par 3. Ideally, players want to hit a tee shot that moves significantly from right to left and moving with the contour of the green. If they can do that, then they've got an opportunity to hit it really close. If they challenge the pin off the tee shot, well, it could come up short in that bunker, and that is a massive no-no. Nicely done.
Sitting at -3, currently leading. This one heading towards the green. Well, it's time to head back down to the fairways. John, what's up, mate?
Hey guys, we are checking in here with Lexi Thompson as she gets set for her next shot here on the 6th.
Putting for birdie. Just building upon his advantage. He keeps making the important plays, and that will take him to 4 under. Going with the 5-iron here. Well, this one's right at the pin.
Taking things up a notch in this Lexi Thompson rivalry, that shot will add some fuel to the fire.
Mark it down, that's birdie number 5, and that will take him to 5 under. Let's head to the par 4 7th at the Riv. Again, it's a par 4 that requires placement off the tee.
Fairway
I think I'm going to try to get 18 under on one of these rounds, 1 through 4. We'll try to get 18 under.
Players want to try and hit it out towards towards the far right part of it. But again, you push it a little bit, and now the Barranca comes into play. If you find the fairway, happy days. This green is probably one of the most severe tilted from back to front. Players need to make sure their second shots land past this hole in order for it to come back down towards the hole. You will have a downhill putt, but it's better than coming up short.
The par 4 8th at Riviera is a choose your own adventure. Which fairway do you like to take?
I think most players are going to try and go down the left-hand side, as it seems to be the easier of the two these days. However, where they stick that flag stick, well, that's a different question. If they stick it up front right, the left-hand side of the fairway, that's not the easiest approach. So better be mindful of where that flag stick is in order to pick which side of the fairway you want to drive it down.
Lovely momentum for this player after that birdie at the last hole. Keep it rolling.
Only the big hitters are going to be able to carry that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Most players are going to try and avoid it and even miss it the fairway out to the right-hand side, which is not a bad miss. From there, the second shot is directly uphill. Deep, deep bunkers on the front right part of this. That is not the place to miss it. Anything that's a little bit long will leave you a downhill putt, but that's the safe play.
Let's get back to it, shall we? A 7-footer right here.
So far, so good.
That putt went a bit long there. Well, Rich, as we make the turn to the back nine, what are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, fantastic round today. Lots of golf yet to be played. Lots of great players chasing this player. Let's see if they can keep up the good work. Fantastic round today. Lots of golf yet to be played.
Yeah, this is a quality looking shot, this one. That should find the short stuff. Here's a chance to get up and down from the green side bunker. Don't give him praise, just look with admiration. That's serious talent. And the putt will go. What a great display of resilience on this hole.
In the bunker with their tee shot, and that is a very good save.
This is Lexi Thompson. Oh, that's clutch. What a way to save your par.
Tough bunker shot, no bother whatsoever for this player. They find the bottom of the cup.
The par 5 11th, one of the better scoring holes on the course. Players are thinking 4 when they stand on this tee.
It's just a long straightaway par 5, almost a runway, if you like. Both sides of this fairway flanked by huge eucalyptus trees, which frames this tee shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must.
A little birdie look in here.
Our current leader is up by a whopping 7 shots now. When you stand on the 12th tee, Rich, you're thinking to yourself, oh, a couple of strong back-to-back par 4s, and it starts right here.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult, Luke. This tee shot moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus trees down the right-hand side prevents you from hitting a high draw over them. Once you're in the fairway, though, your second shot is to a green that's really not as big as it should be for such a long hole. And there's a famous tree just short and left of this green, Bogey's tree. Not because of the score, because Humphrey Bogart used to sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. And what are we looking at here, Henny?
Yeah, he's got roughly 110 to the pin here.
And hitting yet another green here today.
The iron play today has been absolutely stellar. Luke, the greens in regulation, just a fantastic accomplishment. Great to watch.
Okay, let's get back to the action. Always nice to have a birdie putt. That's a good putt to make that one. That's back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
The 14th, Rich, I know it's dear to your heart, the par 3. You made an ace there in tournament history, won a car. How do you tell the players to play it?
Hit a 7-iron, a high little draw 7-iron, and 2 hopping right in the hole, Luke. That's what I suggest. That makes it easy.
Well, that's a phenomenal performance. The lead is now out to 10 shots. Incredible. That really puts the leader way out ahead of the rest of the pack. And it's only the first round. You like that, didn't you? And he's down there.
This is looking around 115 yards out. Over 300 yards from the tee as well.
Johnny Mack, what's the news?
Hey guys, we're checking in down here with Lexi Thompson as she gets set here for her next shot on the 16th.
And just about 8 feet left to the hole. Always nice to hold those for a birdie. The 16th at Riviera Ridge is the last chance to get amongst the birdies on a par 3.
A breathtaking short par 3, 166, an island green surrounded by bunkers.
Oh, well played. Into birdie range here at the 16th. Beautiful shot.
John, give us a small update.
Hey guys, we're checking in down here with Lexi Thompson as she gets set for her next shot here on hole number 17.
And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. Well, that really puts our leader way out in front of the pack now. And it's only the first round. Oh, that's piped. That's heading down the runway. Time for the second shot at the 17th. Maybe going for the green, are we? Well, that's certainly showcasing all their talents there. That's impressive.
Always like the aggressive play, going for it in 2 and get rewarded for it.
Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. A birdie putt awaits. And he just keeps putting a gap on the rest of the field. What a putt to hole. He's currently sitting in first place. Well, the leader put their foot down early today and has moved to a whopping double digits lead. And it's only the first round.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
Time for the second shot on the 18th.
All right, we're going with an extra club here.
And they'll tap this in for birdie. And that'll be all she wrote. Well, that was a stout performance all day, and they're going to find themselves with the lead.
They're going to be sleeping on the lead, which is always a nice feeling, but a lot of golf yet to be played in this tournament.
On behalf of Rich Beam, Henny Kuyak, John McCarthy, I'm Luke Elvey saying so long from 2K Sports. Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Here we are at the Genesis Invitational, one of the top events each year on the schedule. Today's coverage is about to start. Pleased you could join us for this second round action. Hi, I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam. And Rich, this player's been doing really nicely, building that solid advantage over the field. But today's just as important as the first few, isn't it?
Of course it is. And the way they're playing, however, though, I don't see them going anywhere but up. I just find what they're doing out there to be fairly flawless. Now, is it possible they stumble? Of course it is. But I'm having a hard time understanding how that could happen.
Well, it's time for the preamble to be set aside. Let's get into the action. Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here.
I've never seen a golf course where you're so happy to start. There's some space on the right-hand side to miss your second shot up by the green, but there's no guarantees that it'll kick hard enough right to left to get back on the green. It's a sensational second hole.
And this will be a great par putt if he can make this. And down she goes. Let's catch up with Ricky Fowler from a moment ago.
This is a beauty of a third.
And let's see what that shot did to the leaderboard. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard after that effort. Teeing off here at the third hole. Wow, that was just striped. And tidy looking shot, that one. 5 feet coming up to the cup.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Oh, what about this start?
Trying to make a statement early and often.
And they'd be feeling buoyed with confidence after that birdie. Here's a good chance to maintain the momentum.
This is a spectacular par 3. Ideally, players want to hit a tee shot that moves significantly from right to left and moving with the contour of the green. If they can do that, then they've got an opportunity to hit it really close. If they challenge the pin off the tee shot, well, it could come up short in that bunker, and that is a massive no-no.
So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard. After that, time to see what this par 4 has in store.
The fairway does run out about 310 yards off the tee, and players not necessarily going to hit driver here. They have to be mindful that the fairway pitches significantly from right to left on their tee shot. From there, they're hitting their second shots downhill again to a green that chases away from them front to back. Again, a simple looking second shot, but a difficult one to get close.
Let's catch up with the current proceedings. Ooh, right by the hole. Par putt coming up here. He sits in first position. Let's see what happens here on the 6th.
What an incredible design this is. And it really just takes this green and it makes it into a section of 4. The back right, the front left, and back left, they all have their unique features to it, and that all is due to the simple fact that that bunker, which is tiny, minuscule, almost not even there, it basically shapes that green into the 4 quadrants. It is just an amazing design.
And back to the course with the live action. Second shot here on the 7th. Well struck. There's part of about 6 feet coming up.
Looking for another birdie here.
And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. Attaboy, good shot. John, you're down there. What's happening?
Hey guys, we are checking in with Rickie Fowler as he gets set for his next shot here on the 14th.
And what's in front of them there, Henny?
He's setting up here from about 115 yards.
This one's got eyes for the flagstick.
This one's for birdie.
Yeah, this is looking nice.
And racking up their 5th birdie of the day. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. We've reached the 9th hole. Time to tee off.
Only the big hitters are going to be able to carry that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Most players are going to try and avoid it and even miss it the fairway out to the right-hand side, which is not a bad miss. From there, the second shot is directly uphill. Deep, deep bunkers on the front right part of this. That is not the place to miss it. Anything that's a little bit long will leave you a downhill putt, but that's the safe play.
Currently in first position. Next up is this 2-shot hole.
No, not at all. And what a hole it is. It's changed a lot over the years. This green is actually reminds me of something you would see at Pinehurst. There's no flat spots on it. It either is downhill or uphill. That's it. Players most likely will take driver or fairway wood and try and leave themselves just on the front left portion of this green. That's the most ideal spot they can hit it, no matter where they put the flagstick. However, hitting it there is nearly impossible. A keen short game is absolute necessity to make birdie here.
That's a nice looking tee shot, that one. Here we have the second shot into the 11th.
Looks like they're definitely going for it.
Not bad. Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
She got one back on that last hole.
Now he's got his eyes set on the putting surface. An aggressive play here. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 23 feet from the cup.
And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. Now teeing off on the 12th hole.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult, Luke. This tee shot moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus trees down the right-hand side prevents you from hitting a high draw over them. Once you're in the fairway, though, your second shot is to a green that's really not as big as it should be for such a long hole. And there's a famous tree just short and left of this green, Bogey's tree. Not because of the score, because Humphrey Bogart used to sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
This would be a great up and down. Didn't that look good for a long time? Putting for par. Still in the lead now after that hole. Next up is a par 4. Always a stern test.
It's really cool. This tee shot is framed by large eucalyptus trees, both right and left. Requires a draw. Nothing else to do. You have to move this golf ball from right to left off this tee. If you do it correctly, well, that golf ball could chase down there miles down this fairway. You find the fairway down there, you're going to love the second shot. The difficulty gets when the pin is all the way back left in this little peninsula. You miss it a little bit left there, you're going to find the barranca, and you're probably going to find a bogey or worse.
This looks to be hit pretty well from where I'm standing. Let's take a look at Lexi Thompson, shall we?
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, time to return to the action. Ooh, a 12-footer. Love to make a few of these today.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
And that should secure the par on this one. He's currently sitting in first place. Well, let's get amongst this 15th hole.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg. Have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. Just a few holes to play. Let's see how you take on this 16th hole.
It's an island green, if you can believe that. It's surrounded by bunkers. I think this is another one of the all-time great designs. It's only about 160 yards, Luke, but the whole green is surrounded by bunkers. Everything feeds towards the center and the front of this green once it gets on there. I just think this is a magnificent design. If you hit it in any one of those bunkers, making a par will be nearly impossible.
Well, this person displays the power game in pure fashion there.
Using the big muscles to get it home in 2 there.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Well, it's come down to this, the final hole. Welcome to the 18th.
Tee shot up the hill. Fairway tilts significantly from left to right. Missing it out to the right is a massive no-no. You'll be blocked out by a bunch of eucalyptus trees that you cannot hit it through. Second shot is to a green that actually tilts away from the players, not towards them, even though the second shot is uphill. Green is historically one of the firmest on the golf course, and getting it close is nearly impossible. It is a heck of a finishing hole.
And that signs off on today's round. Well, that's some pretty tiny work through 2 rounds, Rich. Has opened up a huge buffer over the field.
I don't think I've seen 2 rounds this complete in my life, Luke. Having such a massive lead, how can they handle it?
Well, another great day of action here at 2K Sports. On behalf of Rich Beam, the entire hard-working folks and team here, I'm Luke Elvey. We look forward to your company next time.